Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn. I'm going to do a read for you. It's a little bit different today, and I'll tell you why in a second. Take a deep breath. It's 11:59. It's the 11th hour, literally. Take a deep breath. Sending lots of love and healing out to you guys. So right before I started, I was getting Werewolves of London, and it was at 11:59, literally the 11th hour. So I'm going to tell you what came up first in regards to why that might be coming up. Let's see. So in my video yesterday, the first one, that it was actually from the day before yesterday, Gandhi had come up, and the message that he had brought through was the wheel is spinning and the bridges are being crossed. So I didn't think any more of it after I did my read. And then last night, Gandhi was coming back again and saying, look up my quotes regarding the wheel. So I looked up the quotes regarding the wheel, and the picture of the spinning wheel was his most famous photo, which was posted after his assassination, which I wasn't aware. So I'm going to show you the read in front of you. And this is not the Divine Masculine Twin Flame read. It's actually, I was guided to do a read for myself last night, but it's really more about the collective and the Divine Feminine energies, because I wasn't really specifically resonating personally to this read, even though they're guiding me to do it for myself. So this is the picture of Gandhi. And then that was from wikipedia.org. And then here's the full read in front of you. Okay, so here are the quotes that came up from Gandhi that I was guided to. And by the way, I watched a movie that was an Indian movie, East Indian movie last night. Dali Kitty and Shamakti Stare, or Stare, I'm not sure how it's pronounced for the movie. So that's what I watched last night. So from Gandhi's spinning wheel, which I was writing this at 9:55 to 56 last night, which is the Hermit, very much the Hermit, and then the 55 and 56, which is the Ace and Two of Swords, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and the being in your knowing, which was so much Gandhi. So the picture was from 1946, but was never used when it was taken for the magazine article that it was for, or it might have been used in a very small way. And this was at 10:07 last night that I was writing this part. But from Fox News, after the assassination on January 30th, 1948, which was in New Delhi, that's 1717, by the way, and his birthday's coming up on October 2nd, 1869, and his birthday adds up to his life lesson number, which is 36/9, which is the Atlas energy, the weight of the world upon your shoulders, which certainly he was. So this pic with the spinning wheel was used as a tribute of him, as a visual eulogy after his assassination. The spinning wheel is a symbol of nonviolence for me. And that's so weird, the symbol thing, because yesterday when I was getting symbology and I was asking what is the symbol for the breaking the sound barrier, I was literally getting the symbols that you clank together, the symbols. So here again, the symbols were coming again, the spinning wheel as a symbol of non-violence for me from Gandhi. And in losing the spinning wheel, we lost our left lung, which is the left side, the feminine. We are therefore suffering from galloping consumption. The restoration of the wheel arrests the progress of the fell disease, or disease. Also, and this was just paraphrasing, expression of the requisite purity of character in action through the spinning wheel. So those were all quotes from Gandhi about the spinning wheel, which came up in my message yesterday. And then from the book, The Essential Gandhi, page 144 was quoted here. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. That was from azquotes.com, okay? So A to Z quotes.com. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, on page 144. So very significant here. So then after I had looked this stuff up, I was guided to do a read for myself. But as I said, it really much more came out for the collective messages. And Sharka came up. I'm not sure if that literally means spinning wheel, but that was a word coming up for Gandhi. The music of the spinning wheel will be as balm to your soul. And that was from Pinterest. And the spinning wheel is the auspicious symbol of Sharir Yajna, body labor. Okay, so, and he thought it was a solution to poverty because people would be able to make their own clothes and things like that. And under bridge quotes at 1028, which is the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel. By the way, I finished the read at 10:4, which is the wheel and the emperor. At 10:28, the wheel and the two of wands, the choice of path, the twin flames. The bridge's quote was, "It is easier to bridge the oceans that lie between continents than it is to bridge the gap between individuals or the peoples," which was so true. So I cut and dealt this read that was supposed to be for me, but it's really more for the collective energy, at 9:38 to 39, which is the 9 of the Hermit. 38 and 39 are the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, those focusing on heart-based, and being love. I finished the read, as I said, at 10:04, and 10:4 is very significant to me because it's 5 years after I disconnected from my last relationship, a week after I awakened to the energetic connection between me and my twin. That was 5 years ago on 10:4, which also happens to be a very good friend's birthday. And Gandhi's birthday is on 10/2, which is the birthday of a doctor that I used to work with. And actually his name is Pentecost. So that may be significant to someone. And yeah, so I finished the read at 10:04. And the major arcana for this read were Justice, Shadow, and Strength. And before the read, the Indigo, which is like the magician in a very young energy, child energy. And after the read, Transition and Alchemy also came up, which is the Death and the Temperance card. So we had 5 swords, 1 pentacle, 1 wand, 1 cup. So 5, 1, 1, 1. A lot of swords energy. But 2 of them were the King of Swords and the Page of Swords. So it doesn't have to be a negative thing because they're characters or messages. And then only 1 pentacle, 1 wand, 1 cup. We did have so the King and Page of Swords were the main characters in the read. And before the read, the Queen of Swords also came up with the Page of Wands. And after the read, the Queen of Wands came up. So we can pair the Queen of Wands with the Page of Wands, and then the King and Queen of Swords with the Page of Swords. So we have the code line for this read was all about nature and time out. And the numbers, there were no double numbers, but 5, 6, 7 was significant here. The sequence 5, 6, 7, and 4 was in parentheses as a lesser energy, the number 4. So as opposed to 4, 5, 6 and the 4D energy, as 1, 2, 3 is the 3D, 4, 5, 6 is the 4D, and then 7, 8, 9 is the 5D. Here it was coming up as 4 being the bridge to the 5, 6, 7 energy of the 5D, 60, and 7D, because the 4D is the bridge to the 5, 6, and 7. Also 9, 10 begin again was coming up. The number 12, which is the Hangman. 7, 10, which is 0 behind 71, which is the co-creation number, the 3 of Pentacles, with a lot of source backing it up. And also the 24 in a lesser sense, which is the Queen of Wands. 45, which is the grieving energy, the 5 of Cups. The 79 of the Pot of Gold at the end of the rainbow also came up here. Since the code line was all about nature and time out, the numbers that came up on that line were numbers 10 and 1, which equal 11 of Justice, the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, the 1 of the Magician, and the 11 of Justice. You notice they're all ones. and the 0, of course, which is source energy, the human embodiment of source. And so the message was all about, very interesting, because the challenge was the 10 of orbs or swords, and the block for the read was the Ace of Chalices, which is, self-love, spiritual love, and new love. And the 10 of orbs, of course, being ending pain, or a painful ending, betrayal, or getting treatments for back pain, or any kind of pain, really. So they're the two, they're the antithesis of each other. And this was the point of the code line today, that the Sophia energy, the collective consciousness of the divine feminine, it's the Christ, the Christos Sophia, the Sophia energy, seeing I am that I am the expansion that I am. The Sophia sees that I am, and this is coming from the divine feminine's perspective, not the masculine. The divine feminine sees, and again, it's the feminine within the masculine as well, so don't forget that. The Sophia sees I am that I am in the expansion, that Sophia is Eve. I am the 10 of swords, the destiny of thoughts and words of the blind man who now sees, the orphan of big love. And then I was getting the reflection of, for me, Christ consciousness is the letter C, and the reflection of letter C, kind of like Chanel, but not crossed over. The two become the hourglass of the toroidal field. The other side of the C, so put a C and then reflect C behind it, back to back, is the toroidal field, the middle part of it. The other side of the C, or the Christ consciousness, the reflection, which then, if you cross the bridge from the C to the reflection of the C, it becomes the symbol of Pisces. So the reflection of the Christ energy, being the not Christ energy, or the pain of the toroidal, becomes the toroidal field, the hourglass in the middle, the IV nature and time out. The Pisces symbol, so there's a symbology that might be, they're showing me that's the symbol of the symbols that I just told you about, the clanking symbols, is the Pisces sign, the dream weaver, the bridge crosser, the field jumper, the bridge over troubled waters between the 10 of swords and the Ace of Cups, the great pain and betrayal. I was just getting Great Bear as well. And that is, isn't Great Bear the Big Dipper? Because the Big Dipper is not actually the constellation. I think it's in the Big Bear. So that's coming up. The great pain of the betrayal, and yet the great love. Also coming up in the code line here was safety and security. Energetic exchange, in the I am that I am, or the F, the phi, the expansion, and the need to center and come back again. The SAP, because one of the acronyms came up here, SEVE, really, it means sap of plant, but it also references life. I am that I am, both great pain and great love. So the read here starts out with the 5 of swords here. I don't know if you can see it very well there, but the 5 of swords is the big card here, and then the little mini deck cards on top. And beneath that was the Indigo Reversed, the Queen of Swords Reversed, the Page of Wands upright, and the 4 of Swords Reversed. And the 5 of Swords was reversed, so it's the post-war energies, the PTSD type of energy. So post-war, after the Indigo being insecure, not proposing, the Queen of Swords reversed, grieving, or perhaps, that can be someone giving you the silent treatment, or someone in great pain, or someone spouting off, right? Which someone in great pain is the one who is verbally abusive. And also there's very much energy about the King and Queen of Swords as a couple coming up here from a read I just watched, actually, which I'm going to tell you about after I do this. The Queen of Swords reversed, grieving. The Page of Wands inspired by the awakening and coming out to apologize post-war. The King of Swords blocked by the King of Pentacles. Stubborn bull and snobbery coming up. The Queen of Swords reversed, which is so funny. So here I have the King and Queen of Swords right away in the beginning of my read, and the read that I just watched for somebody else this morning when I woke up, which I'm going to tell you about, was based on the King and Queen of Swords. But the Queen of Swords reversed and the King of Swords upright here. And that's the way she was describing them as well. So the King of Swords blocked by the King of Pentacles, the stubborn bull and snobbery. The Queen of Swords reversed, inequity of reaping rewards, daydreaming over the King of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords reversed over the King of Swords upright, not sharing over stubbornness and refusal to move or budge, which is so funny because that's exactly how she described it this morning. I did this read last night. Enjoying the Seven of Pentacles in reality over image or status of the King of Pentacles, right? The Seven of Pentacles is more moderate. Seven of Pentacles is not the 10 Pentacles, which the King of Pentacles certainly strives toward if he doesn't have already. The King of Pentacles upright and the Queen of Cups upright are side by side, heartbroken in separation and blocked by dumping multiple loads or emotional attachments. Offering love to walk away and within, the Page of Pentacles reversed in need of help, money, or an opportunity, or someone who never learns their lesson, or perhaps a child with learning disabilities or an adult with learning disabilities. The wounded warrior holding on to past traumas, refusing to give up. Perhaps PTSD after the war. Twin Peaks with dips and valleys, where the wounded warrior and the Page of Pentacles reversed got stuck, left in a crevice, and no search party was sent out. Death Valley, missing something, the piece of the puzzle, perhaps the need to let your feet breathe. Hung out to dry at 11:05, which is Justice and the Hierophant, again the patriarchy is coming up here, and the floating coin at 11:06, Justice and the Lovers. The floating coin clearly dropped the ball in the middle of juggling, and third ball never came down. It stuck in midair. Air was so thick and dense, there was no room for three. They had to trip up to fall, and I just tripped my electricity for my toaster oven, by the way. They had to trip up to fall, to start over, to drop the facade, to mask and break patterns, to get clarity of security versus lack of purity. A great view versus a better view. Breaking it all down to start from scratch. With a view of the city, not much left for savings, receiving more information and knocked off balance, more responsibility than expected. Very soon comes up, and beneath that was release your ex, which has to do with releasing any energies revolving past situations, really. The King of Pentacles superhero, saving girls from themselves. But did they ask to be saved is the point. The Hierophant old man with cap and beard and antenna and two girls. Only one, though, is showing. The Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Wands reversed at night were trying to keep teenagers under control by separating them. Or no friendly help, no rescue mission, or once friends but no longer, or Taurus upright and Cancer upright. No matching legs or thigh highs, and no cover-up at all. Couples all naked in the mountains, drinking and reflecting, and the lobster found their pearl in an oyster shell away from all that. Or endless love fire and burned the house down, or brush fires taking down friends, while you may be feeling guilty relaxing without issues in the mountains, drinking with friends. Spirituality comes up here, number 77, which is the sovereign. And beneath that was manifestation for this read with the number 8, which is doing the dance between the divine masculine and feminine, but also the inner and outer strength and the manifesting of dreams. At 11:24 is Justice and the Queen of Wands. The Empress reversed, hostage to the King of Swords reversed post-war, or dealing with star energy, dream girl or healer, or injustice of the King of Pentacles, perhaps sitting pretty on vanilla wafers or Keebler cookies. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. So that's coming up for the King of Pentacles. Made his own bench to sit on, or sits on the kids' bench, or sits with the kids at the kids' table, or in the field. Exposed beams and throwing star beaming, or laser security system while Aquarius is in the water at night, mixing potions naked with the magic sunflowers, watering the grass, or down by the sea, the snow globe and crystal ball, getting things to grow out of nothing. The injustice of stardom and those left behind. Taurus reversed, Libra reversed, and Aquarius upright. And the King of Pentacles post-war, laying down of swords. The wounded warrior messed up, double dipping in spirituality, never learning their lesson about letting go of ego. Or the Page of Pentacles reversed, weak child, or in need of work or job, or going through ego death and being still. The King of Pentacles snubbing the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and or the King of Swords, or strikes between the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles speaking to the Queen of Cups without words, and the Star of Injustice, or healing injustice, and not taking the Empress reversed and the King of Swords reversed into consideration as long as the King of Pentacles gets his attention. The Emperor stressed out about Dream Girl in sleep or meditation in 5D at 1141, which is justice, and new love has just begun. So I'm not getting endless love again. So if you haven't watched Endless Love, you have to watch that, as well as we'll talk about child issues, because Brooke Shields, they did a lot of movie work with her when she was very young. Naked work, topless and stuff like that, which was very taboo back then. So we have 1142, which is justice for 11. 42 is the Two of Cups. In the recent past is the Two of Pentacles reversed. Someone who messed up, dropping the facade, the mask, or breaking patterns, choosing a path to get over the past by looking at it. The instability of the home, a move, a visit, or visitation, and the Knight of Swords reversed holding their tongue, with the wounded warrior in a bold move to bowl right past injustice, or of the twin path of choosing to move or visit, or end a party, needing the courage to be still and reap rewards of it. Leo reversed and Cancer upright, and Libra reversed all right here. The foundation is the Seven of Wands, standing up above drama with the World reversed or upside down, or the Divine Feminine in the 5D world with Emperor, coming clean or impish and inspired. Cycle almost done, rising above the crazy world and coming clean about the 5D world. The Page of Wands addressing over the Emperor, not needing their permission to say what they want to say. The central energy here is the King of Swords upright, the injustice of lovers, insecure or without tools, or lovers, Libra reversed and Virgo reversed, are free to leap away from presenting the truth to soulmates, partners, and or twins. And the Knight of Cups reversed, jealous, insincere, or moody, and feeling rejected, and challenged by the Ten of Swords reversed, which is actually the bliss state, when the worst is over. The offer of third energy, passion, and chasing down the Fool with a bat. It was like Wilma getting Bam Bam's bat and chasing Fred. That's some of the energy I was getting. The suffering and silence of the Queen of Wands upright, jealous, and the King of Cups hiding behind third party, avoiding a disaster, or after sudden explosion, eruption, or epiphany happened. Issues at work and or third party with Empress upright in separation, or rained on her parade. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. Or rained on her parade, inequity, not sharing, no reunion, no magic wand or tools, or just insecurities of the King of Cups, or Virgo or Gemini and King of Cups Scorpio, receiving the Knight of Swords reversed, lashing out with the truth, or perhaps holding their tongue, about issues at work and or third party, and the Queen of Wands left out in the cold, fired, or let someone go, or sorry to see them go, but they were living in the past. Burdened by Atlas, or the weight of the world and the burdens, with the Queen of Swords reversed, grieving, silent treatment, or verbal abuse. Now for the feminine energy here, in the present moment, was the Justice, or Libra reversed, of judgment, announcement, the wake-up call of the Hierophant, or the patriarchy, the establishment, the institution, the religion, the societal norms, the marriage, the Taurus, and the High Priestess, or Pisces, or Virgo, at night, or with Cancer upright, working at night, suffering in silence, or stressed out, not sleeping, or headaches, with the King of Pentacles upright. Working creatively is draining, but satisfied here, satisfying for him. Libra, so it's coming up as the Libra energy with Leo reversed, or ego, right? There can be a little bit of arrogance that comes up here with the Libra reversed. But there's also Aquarius on the other side, and Taurus and or Pisces below them, or in Aquarius. Aquarius, this is someone who could have all three in their chart. Aquarius, Taurus, and Pisces or Virgo and that could be all one person. And then we have the Libra with Leo reversed, or if it's not Leo, it's ego, right? Ego death, or crazy children. And then there's Aquarius up there too, as well on the other side. So that could be a third person. So again, Libra reversed, Aquarius upright, Taurus upright, Pisces upright, Cancer upright, Leo reversed, all here. No more pulling hairs or ponytails or holding tongue about what kids see in separation and or no visitation, third-party situation with dream, healing, starring, post-war, finding peace after they leave, or with patient angel or a higher love. Slow motion, one step at a time, at 12:12, which is 2 hangmen, one step at a time without 3 women perhaps, who are always bitching at the King of Cups, no surprise. Bulls split, go their separate ways, getting their wish, or a bold move to get your wish, perhaps a dream girl caught in the woods, or with their pants down, perhaps mom and dad in a nursing facility, right? They could definitely be caught with their pants down. Or the Knight of Wands reversed, perhaps caught having sex, and that's the player energy of the Knight of Wands. At 12:14, which is the Hangman and the Temperance, which is patience and balance and that higher love, soon is the Shadow or the Capricorn, burdened and jealous of the Queen of Wands, or the Queen of Wands is the jealous one, with the weight of the world and losing battle of offering time, money, and effort, a loan, a payoff, or a new life, to dump multiple loads, to dump emotional attachments to the devil, addictions, codependencies, the devil tempting you by waving, the temptation and stepping up to the plate, perhaps take a swing and rise above, and need to say certain things, rising above the need to say certain things, knowing it's a losing battle, avoiding a conflict or competition with this crazy world or the world upside down or the divine feminine in the 5D, and she's like the wind. Capricorn and Pisces or the divine feminine coming up here. The I am energy here, which is, it's supposed to be a reading from me, but it's really more about the collective, because here we have the I am that I am again, as how you see yourself. I am that I am, strength reversed, which is feeling weak or the need for strength or courage, or going through ego death, needing courage and energetic exchange to walk away from the King of Wands when he offers less than what I deserve, or walking away from an unacceptable offer. Playfulness, give relationship a chance, and chemistry all come up, receiving the Ace of Wands from Libra reversed, or in slow motion, with the Hermit shedding light. Now the worst is over and the bliss is setting in. The third energy is over the energetic exchange, arrows of love, not time, then walk. The Hermit shedding light on the King of Wands, the bliss over the mediocrity, or just taking time to ground and integrate and offer a message. Don't rush in. Don't be too eager. Around the feminine energy here, or how it is seen, is the Page of Swords upright, the message, the news, the child who likes to talk, or just stepping up to the plate to find a little bit of light. The journey to receive an offer of love from the Queen of Cups. Twins in love or fond memories of the past, standing up for self to release self from prison and or anxiety and fears. Inner children on the journey with good news, success, and attention, taking the high ground when offering love from a place of release and love. The block for the feminine energy here is the Ace of Cups, receiving of love. When temptation arises, be ready to rise above, becoming defenseless and powerless, or telling Capricorn about awakening of the Queen of Pentacles reversed and a dependent, or their own loss of money or power and independence. Time out and nature comes up, but even more so, making an effort at 12:31, which is the Hangman, and 31, which is that 5 of Wands, of change and freedom and conflict and expansion and games and the pursuit of happiness and the pursuit of the impossible dream, the quest. With no romantic tie and no issues of others' addictions around, it's like take advantage of the time by yourself now while you can, when there's no addiction issues other than your own. Finding a peaceful place or vacation from looking back at night. Working hard in exile, looking back a burden to the Queen of Swords reversed because it's unfair to her. After death, near death, or near never-ending transition, it seems. The Page of Cups reversed, feeling rejected and vulnerable. Cancer or Scorpio with unhappy family or end to a cycle of player getting caught and now in exile or kicked out. Happy alone or getting wish of bright light of higher love. Patience with the Queen of Wands. 10 of Pentacles, family, business, community, and or legacy or wealth. Post-war Phoenix rising, weak from messages and breaking patterns of the King of Swords, and challenged by ending pain or a painful ending or treatments. The shadow side of big love at 1240, which is the Hangman and the Page of Cups. The injustice in finding peace in a slow transition, a very slow transition. Happiness alone, alchemizing the Queen of Wands. 10 of Pentacles, family, business, community, or legacy, or wealth. At 1240, the Hangman again in the Page of Cups. Insecure or manipulative, Queen of Swords reversed, and Page of Wands upright, which can be a child or inspiration. A teenager on a date. Awakening and rising above, the post-war PTSD, breaking patterns, the facade, the mask of the King of Pentacles, rising up to the King of Swords, injustice of Libra, and challenged by great pain, feeling weak from the shadow work, and the Page of Swords, message of new love, great love, a peaceful place to be in a slow transition to satisfaction, getting wish with patience or a patient, alchemizing of the core of the Queen of Wands with hands in everything. The pain being the shadow of love. So I'm going to pull oracle cards now, see what comes up. So it's very much the dynamic playing between pain, great pain and great love. And maybe just getting all the great pain out of the way first. So when you come together, there's only great love. How do you like that? All right, so for everybody watching, for the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What is the takeaway from this read from the energy deck here? All right, what is our message? What is our takeaway from this read here? That came right out. 22 is the Fool and the Yin Yang, the perfect balance. Look at that. So it may definitely be that. We had to go through this long time period of getting rid of the worst of it. So when you come into union, there's only the bliss of it. Okay, here's the Fool's journey. And here's the man holding the coin, the 43 of the 3 of Cups. Okay. Oh, look at that. The next card is the 50. Oh, I'm going to show you the next 2 cards. The bottom of the deck is blossoming abundance, which is number 3. 3 is the Empress. So it's all about abundance. And then after the yin yang and the man holding a coin, you can come on in, sweetie. After this comes up, we have the goddess of the moon, and this is coming together. The Fool taking a leap of faith with an open heart, coming together with the 3 of Cups. And then we have the Queen of Swords, the goddess of the moon, who's been reversed in this read, right? Grieving, mourning, longing for her true love, right? Hold the Atlas energy holding up the world, but the feminine trying to hold up the moon, the false light. Okay? And then here's the taking off of the mask, right? Removing the false light from her energy. The 5 of the Hierophant, the patriarchal society. That's very significant. So it's like the masculine energy has come into balance and learned how to manifest and mastered that. And now it's time for the feminine to take off the mask of feeling the need to be the false light, right? To not be their authentic self, that there's certain things that may not be accepted in society about who you are, the way you present yourself. So yeah, I want to pull another card too. So the 5 is very much about the patriarchy and that energy falling, coming more into balance with the feminine masculine. So there's nothing wrong with some good traditions from the past, but it's about the control of the masculine energy and bringing that back into balance again, because there's been, the masculine control over the world for the past few thousand years at least. And now bringing that back into balance, not with the feminine taking over the masculine energy, but bringing them back into that perfect dance of heaven on earth. And that's where we're going to. So I'm going to pull again from the Metatron deck, which I did yesterday. Let's see what comes up. So remember, when you first went into separation from your twin, there were probably a lot of layers of that false light still on you, the expectations of society and what you deemed yourself allowed to express, those parts of yourself that you were still hiding. And now you may have healed, or definitely have. That energy is coming through, okay? So here's the Metatron deck. What is the advice? And I'm really sweating, which means a lot of masculine energy is coming through here. What is our takeaway from this read from the Metatron deck? What does Metatron want to tell us? What is the energy here? Okay, this card. Wow, the Emerald Order, the green, the heart healing. This is perfect. I was literally using a crystal before this video. Not green, but definitely shaped in that way. So green, heart healing, the 39 is the Knight of Cups. And this is so much about the Emerald Order and the original souls on earth, and bringing the heart back into order, into that beautiful green space. But you notice there's a bit of blue here too, a beautiful blue. It's like a French blue, actually, a soft French blue with the emerald. So hints of blue. And I'm getting, in this picture, it's like all of these portals in a circle. See all these doors? It's like the Merkaba spinning, like the pillar of light. And here's the diamond at the center of the pillar of light. And again, there's some yellow hues here as well, which is the Christ gold light shining through. The green of healing energy. And then that beautiful blue of speaking your authenticity. And then the second card that's coming out is the 52 again, which is, so it's all about that Queen of Swords energy, coming out of the grief, the divine feminine energy from all those years, from the initial incarnation and split from the twin. Here is the grief of the Queen of Swords reversed, and priorities of building blocks for life, right? Staying in that perfect balance of the rainbow bridge. So here again, it's accentuating. What I'm getting here is they're showing me this as the top of the diamond here, or the emerald. And also when I have to tell you about I did Cosmic Gypsy's meditation yesterday for the twins. And as we were she was bringing in the 12-strand DNA. And as she was doing that, I was getting, it's kind of reminding me of the way the wings are. Because it was like the two diamonds coming together like the 8. That's exactly the energy that I was getting. All right, and the 10 other strands were coming up like this, but it was like the not just the one diamond core, but the twin diamond core. And this is also referencing the toroidal field, the hourglass in between, which I brought up between the C's. So there's all of that energy coming up here, which is really cool, actually. And here's the wings again of Archangel Sandalphon, number 22, which is that Fool energy. Again, the open heart taking a leap of faith, right? Clearing out all of the sorrow, pain, right, of the divine feminine in order to come into union in a bliss state. Okay, Archangel Sandalphon with you now, and that's a very sweet angelic energy, very much of the arts. And there's Excalibur coming out of the water, the silver, which is the feminine energy, the warrior of light, the Queen of Swords, the 30 of the union. And this yesterday, those two big moons came up. Here it comes up again. So it's like coming into union by the full moon, the truth of the matter. And there's the diamond again, the two pyramids coming together, the air flying free of the 13. So 12 is completion, 13 is transitioning through the portal, right? Changing dimensions, setting yourself free There's some really amazing energy coming up here. Wow. As after that, the setting free is the Hermit of 9, but action within the 9, the hermiting. Movement needed, but it's energetic movement, not necessarily meaning running. This is the Hermit, right? So the movement doesn't have to be getting up and running. It can be energetic movement just when you're sitting still. So the bottom of the deck, and then the wake-up call, listen and take note. 11 is justice. It's like a whole story here. The wake-up call, listen and take note. So follow your guidance. 11 is justice, truth, and balance. And then we have the bottom of the deck, which is that pier, right? Standing at the end of the pier, seeing the beautiful sunset. The endings, you are held. So in the endings, remember that you are held. When you jump off the end of the pier, it's not really an ending. It's just transitioning from the pier into the water. Just like in death, it's not about dying. It's about just transitioning into another dimension. So it's saying in endings, there's no fear, that you are held. 45 is that grief. So there's no reason for the grief because there are no endings. You're just moving into a different realm and a higher realm, a higher vibrational realm, which then means there's more love. So there's nothing to fear. And it's hard for our human minds to wrap ourselves around that. So I'm going to give you the story one more time here, show you the pictures. The Emerald Order, the initial break between the masculine and feminine. Here's the rainbow bridge and coming back and bringing our 12 strands back with our wings and coming into a more artistic vibration, okay, with the Fool's open heart, taking a leap of faith. And we have the, this also comes up in the shape. I just was guided to make a shape. I'll have to show you that. But the triangle you see is somewhat bowed here. So it's like the Merkaba triangle is actually bowed and not straight. You know, nothing's actually perfectly straight. And here is like a harp energy. So instead of harping on things, to play music, to sing, be in joy. Allow the truth to naturally come out just below the surface of the water, which was coming up from the SIRIAN Starseed deck. There's a dolphin just below the water in the Ace of Swords card. So that truth is now, that was sitting just below the surface of the water, or the deep emotions, is now broken through the ceiling. The glass ceiling has broken through the veil. The sword has triumphed. And now flying free in the diamond light that you now are. Movement needed. But it can just be in your mind. Like this can be just what you imagine. And then the wake-up call to listen and take note and just follow your guidance. No worries. It's like beautiful. It's like letting you know. The shell call. Yeah, I'm getting the shell call is the Clarion call. Everyone, like being the Clarion call, being called to church, is we're being called home. That's the message. How beautiful that is. So I guess there's lots of other stuff, because I got to show you that shape I designed too. I was guided to put multiple shapes together. And of course it ended up being lots of different shapes, including hearts and Merkabas and all sorts of stuff. So that was really cool. All right, I'm going to let you go. It was just 43, 44, 43, 43, which is the coming together and the grounding and integrating and mastering of love. So drink your water, get your joy, get your sleep and your rest and your earth, and rise and be loved. Bye, guys. Bye.